Impact Wrestling results March 10, 22 First match, Willie Mack vs Kenny. King Mack doesn't adhere to the code of honor. King unloads a flurry of right jabs. King with a chop/forearm combination. King sends Mack to the corner. King with a leaping back elbow smash. King ducks a clothesline from Mack. King kicks Mack in the gut. King with a running boot. King hooks the outside leg for a 1 count. King hammers down on the back of Mack's neck. King whips Mack across the ring. Mack ducks a clothesline from King. Mack with an arm drag takeover. Mack with a hip toss. Mack drop kicks King. Mack whips King across the ring. Mack drops King with a shoulder tackle. Mack with a wrecking ball dropkick. Mack follows that with the slingshot pescado. Mack with 2 palm strikes. King answers with a rebound forearm. King with a knife edge chop. Mack with a back body drop on the floor. Mack rolls King back into the ring. King regroups in the corner. King with a drop toe hold into the middle rope. King with a bulldog across the top strand. King poses for the cameras. King with a step up enziguri. King goes into the lateral press for a 2 count. King body slams Mack. King flexes his muscles. King with the springboard leg drop for a 2 count. Mack answers with 2 palm strikes. Mack with a forearm smash. Mack body slams King. Mack goes for the standing moonsault, but King ducks out of the way. King repeatedly stomps on Mack's ribs. King with the elbow drop. King applies a kneeling arm bar. King transitions into the camel clutch. King with a seated senton across the back of Mack. Mack with an inverted low blow. Mack clotheslines King. Mack with a spinning heel kick. Mack hits the Samoan drop. Mack pops back on his feet. Mack with the standing moonsault for a 2 count. King kicks Mack in the gut. Forearm exchange. King drives his knee into the midsection of Mack. Second forearm exchange. King power slams Mack for a 2 count. King blocks a boot from Mack. King rocks Mack with a forearm smash. King with the bridging T-bone suplex for a 1 count. King ascends to the top turnbuckle. Mack avoids the senton bomb. Mack kicks King in the gut. Mack drops King with the stunner. Mack connects with the 6-star frog splash to pick up the victory. Winner, Willie Mack via pinfall. Next week on Impact Wrestling, Bhupinder Gujjar will battle Larry D. Second match, Ace Austin with Madman Fulton vs John Skyler vs Crazzy Steve in a triple threat match. The winner will enter the X Division Championship match at Impact Rebellion. Trey Miguel joins the commentary team for this match. Skyler pulls Austin down to the mat. Steve does the same exact thing. Steve trips Austin. Steve with 2 uppercuts. Steve sends Skyler to the corner. Steve with 2 corner clotheslines. Steve sidesteps Austin into the turnbuckles. Steve with a running cannonball strike. Austin sidesteps Steve into the turnbuckles. Austin kicks Steve in the gut. Austin with a forearm smash. Short arm reversal by Steve. Steve with the hangman's neck breaker. Standing switch exchange. Following a snapmare takeover, Steve cranks on Skyler's neck. Standing switch exchange. Steve goes for the O'Connor roll, but Austin holds onto the ropes. Steve brings Austin down to the mat. Fulton pulls Austin down to the mat. Skyler rolls Steve over for a 2 count. Skyler kicks Steve in the gut. Steve reverses out of the Irish whip from Skyler. Steve with the slingshot pescado. Austin with a flying head kick. Austin rolls Steve back into the ring. Skyler regains control of the match during the commercial break. Skyler applies the Indian Death Lock. Austin kicks Skyler in the face. Austin with a knee drop. Forearm exchange. Austin kicks Skyler in the gut. Austin with a forearm smash. Austin sends Skyler to the corner. Austin with a toe kick. Austin with 2 flying forearm smashes. Steve sends Austin crashing to the outside. Steve with a rising knee strike. Steve applies the upside down. Steve with a shoulder block. Steve slips over Skyler's back. Steve runs Skyler into Austin. Steve sends Skyler to the corner. Skyler drops Steve with the slingshot spear. Skyler hits the Tiger Driver for a 2 count. Skyler with a knee lift. Skyler headbutts Austin. Complete slugfest in the corner. Skyler denies the superplex. Steve hammers down on the back of Skyler's neck. Steve sends Skyler crashing into the canvas. Austin with a step-up enziguri. Austin with a springboard windmill kick for a 2 count. Austin goes for the superplex, but Steve blocks it. Austin with forearm shivers. Steve nails Austin with the bell clap. Skyler denies the sunset bomb. Steve fights out of the fireman's carry position. Steve starts biting Skyler's forehead. Austin connects with the Doomsday Fold to pick up the victory. Winner, Ace Austin via pinfall. Third match, Mickie James, Chelsea Green, and the Inspiration vs Tasha Steelz, Savannah Evans and the Influence with Caleb Tenille in a 8-man tag team match. Cassie Lee and Tenille Dashwood will start things off. Lee with a double leg takedown. Lee transitions into a ground and pound attack. Lee with a forearm / hammer elbow combination. Lee slams Dashwood's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Lee tags in McKay. McKay with a forearm shot across the back of Dashwood. Dashwood applies a wrist lock. Dashwood with a forearm smash. Dashwood slams McKay's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Dashwood tags in Rayne. The Influence continues to use the top turnbuckle pad as a weapon. The Influence mocks the Inspiration. McKay with a straight right hand. Rayne tags in Evans. McKay ducks a clothesline from Evans. McKay applies a waist lock. Evans decks McKay with a back elbow smash. Evans lifts McKay up in the air. McKay with a jawbreaker. McKay with 2 forearm smashes. McKay tags in Lee. The Inspiration gangs up on Evans. Lee hooks the outside leg for a 2 count. Evans goes for a body slam, but Lee lands back on her feet. Lee ducks a clothesline from Evans. The Influence trips Lee from the outside. Evans hits the Samoan drop. Evans stomps on Lee's chest. Evans with the leg drop. Evans tags in Steelz. Steelz repeatedly stomps on Lee's chest. Steelz with clubbing blows to Lee's back. Steelz slams Lee's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Steelz tags in Evans. Evans with clubbing shoulder blocks. Evans tags in Rayne. Rayne applies a rear chin lock. Rayne backs Lee into the turnbuckle. Rayne tags in Dashwood. Dashwood hammers down on the back of Lee's neck. Dashwood with a vertical suplex for a 2 count. Dashwood slams Lee's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Dashwood tags in Rayne. Meeting of the minds. Steelz kicks McKay off the ring apron. Lee with a step-up enziguri. Lee with a back body drop. Lee tags in Mickie. Mickie with a flying seated senton. Mickie clears the ring. Mickie with a Hurricane Rana. Mickie ducks a clothesline from Evans. Mickie with the spinning hook kick. Mickie delivers the roundhouse kick. Steelz hits the cutter. Tenille pulls Green off the apron. Green delivers the low blow. Steelz kicks Mickie in the gut. Mickie denies the stratusfaction. Mickie kicks Steelz in the gut. Mickie connects with the Mick DDT to pick up the victory. Winner, Mickie James, Chelsea Green, and the Inspiration via pinfall. Updated Impact Rebellion 2022 Match Card 1. Moose, C, vs Josh Alexander for the Impact World Championship 2. Trey Miguel, C, vs Ace Austin vs TBD in a triple threat match for the Impact X Division Championship. 4th match, Eddie Edwards vs Rich Swann. Maria Kanellis Bennett joins the commentary team for this match. Swann starts things off with a flipping senton off the ring apron. Swann is throwing haymakers at Edwards. Haymaker exchange. Swann slams Edwards' head on the ring apron. Swann uppercuts Edwards. Edwards and Swann continues to brawl around the ringside area. Edwards scores the elbow knockdown. Edwards poses for the crowd. Edwards with a knife-edge chop. Swann with 3 haymakers. Swann ducks a clothesline from Edwards. Swann with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors takeover. Swann drop kicks Edwards. Swann with a running chop. Swann sends Edwards to the corner. Swann with a straight right hand. Edwards with an inverted atomic drop. Edwards with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Edwards stomps on Swann's chest. Edwards slams Swann's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Edwards with a knife-edge chop. Edwards with a snap vertical suplex for a 2 count. Edwards headbutts Swann. Edwards pokes fun at Swann. Swann tees off on Edwards. Edwards floors Swann with a palm thrust. Swann launches Edwards over the top rope. Swann with a straight right hand. Swann sweeps out the legs of Edwards. Swann with a tiger feint kick. Edwards avoids the flipping senton from the apron. Edwards has complete control of the match during the commercial break. Edwards with 2 knee drops. Swann fights from underneath. Edwards with a running lariat. Edwards kicks Swann in the face. Swann with the rolling crucifix for a 2 count. Swann with another quick roll-up for a 2 count. Edwards drops Swann with a sit-out facebuster. Swann fights out of the fireman's carry position. Edwards with a knife-edge chop. Swann with an apron enziguri. Swann follows that with the Frankensteiner off the apron. Edwards gets back in the ring at the count of 9. Edwards and Swann are trading back and forth shots. Swann unloads a flurry of jabs. Edwards answers with a blistering chop. Swann with the roll-through clothesline. Swann with the roundhouse kick. Swann with the swinging neck breaker. Swann follows that with a running back heel kick for a 2 count. Edwards with a knife-edge chop. Swann with a step-up enziguri. Swann with the leaping Frankensteiner for a 2 count. Edwards has Swann perched on the top turnbuckle. Edwards with a step-up enziguri. Edwards hits the backpack stunner for a 2 count. Edwards applies the single leg crab. Swann grabs the bottom rope which forces the break. Edwards kicks Swann in the face. Edwards toys around with Swann. Swann tees off on Edwards. Swann with a spinning back kick. Edwards with a running boot. Swann answers with the pump kick. Swann thrust kicks the midsection of Edwards. Edwards super kicks Swann. Swann drops Edwards with the windmill kick. Edwards sends Swann chest first into the canvas. Edwards goes for the tiger driver, but Swann counters with the Hurricane Rana for a 2 count. Swann uppercuts Edwards. Edwards goes for a belly-to-back suplex, but Swann counters with a crossbody block. Swann with the roundhouse kick. Edwards rocks Swann with a forearm smash. Edwards goes for the Blue Thunder Bomb, but Swann counters with a head scissors takeover. Edwards puts Swann on the top turnbuckle. Edwards with the modified Blue Thunder Bomb for a 2 count. Edwards connects with the Tiger Driver for a 2 count. Swann with the spinning heel kick. Edwards reverses out of the Irish whip from Swann. Swann dives over Edwards. Swann drops Edwards with the cutter. Swann with the handspring cutter for a 2 count. Swann nails Edwards with a hook kick. Edwards avoids the Phoenix Splash. Edwards with an inside-out lariat. Edwards delivers the Boston Knee Party. Edwards plants Swann with the Die Hard Driver to pick up the victory. After the match, Edwards celebrates with Honor No More to close the show. Winner, Eddie Edwards via pinfall.